Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for Beau and Nick, the losers with a dream. What a waste of time. Yep, they're losers. You're listening, so who's the freaking loser, people? Welcome to Beau and Nick's Losers with a Dream. Yeah, I freaking hate them so much. They're lucky they're funny because they suck at everything. You're listening. The question is, why?
Hello and welcome to the Losers with a Dream podcast. I am one of your hosts, Nick Scopoletti.
And I'm the other host, Beau McDowell.
And he looks hot in a backwards hat.
Yeah, that's true.
The votes are in. We got your fan mail.
Yeah.
Backwards hat for Beau is perf.
I love that for you.
I love when people say that.
Yeah, you do.
Dude, when girls say that, like, I love that for you.
Yeah.
I think that's the funniest shit. I don't know why. I just find it funny.
I just think it's a little passive aggressive, and I think you like a little passive aggressive.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like a little mean.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, you lost all your hair.
Okay,
That's crazy,
well, I
Nick.
love that for you.
Yeah.
For you being
Love
the key
that
words.
for you.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck this podcast. Let's go make out. I'm so horny. Anyway, so are we recording?
Yeah.
So welcome to Losers with a Dream podcast. Go follow us on social medias and like us on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. Leave us a 5-star review, please.
5 stars.
We're 5, nothing less.
5 stars.
Okay? Nothing less.
Nothing less.
3 stars for me, 2 for Beau. Together, it's 5 stars.
Yeah.
And Lisa's all 5 stars.
I'm a
just
2-star
by
man.
herself. So I'm a 2-star guy.
I'm a 2-star man.
His rating on Tinder, he's a 2-star.
I'm a 2-star guy.
Yeah, I'm a 3-star.
Yeah.
On Hinge. I'm a 3-star. They're like, yeah, he's fine, but
You know what? It's
got-
not that bad.
he's got some issues. Speaking of issues, we are going to get into our mental health check-in, which, you know, we don't like to do that boring scale of 1 to 10. Like, I'm an 8. It's stupid, right?
8 is always the I don't know what to say, so I'm just
I like a 7.
I don't want to say 10. I don't want to say 5. Yeah.
7.8.
7.5.
Yeah, that's what
I just don't break up.
But we don't like to do scale 1 to 10. We compare it to something in pop culture, something that happened to us this week. We're deep guys, even though
Very deep.
Beau's wearing a backwards hat and he looks like he's at, you know, a Duke lacrosse game.
Goal,
we have
goal
feelings.
for the team.
Go for the team. Dude, we were road tripping down to Maryland to watch the D1 lacrosse finals. But anyway, let's
I fucking got my spoon, dude.
what do you call the lacrosse
Yeah,
stick?
lacrosse is your spin. And I got lettuce in the back, dude.
You have no lettuce.
I'm working on my lettuce, dude.
You could grow it out, though. I'm hopeless.
I would love to have lettuce, but I also it gets hot, and you know.
It's pretty warm out today.
Let's check in. I'm going to ask you.
Go, no, I was saying you go first. I set it up.
No, because I've now stepped in. So I'm going to ask you.
This guy got a date tonight, thinks he's hot shit.
Yeah, you know, I got a bit of a date. Listen,
Lisa's already shaking her head.
I would like you to check in with me right now, please.
Can
Do it.
Can I just email it to you? I don't want to talk.
You don't want to talk? Can we do a podcast over email?
Yeah. You can follow me at nick.gmail.com. So yeah, my mental health check-in. I'll tell you what I'm feeling like. Okay.
Low energy to start.
I'm feeling like Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. Do you remember that movie, anybody?
Yeah.
The big dude.
The big guy,
He
yeah.
just beats up the nerds, but he's sensitive and they kind of like him and they end up becoming friends with him.
Yes.
The reason why is because, you know, the Olympics is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Sports.
That's right.
And my least favorite thing
Topical.
on planet Earth is when people who have never competed in anything critique athletes and these people that have dedicated their lives to things. It reminds me of like Skip Bayless, who's the worst.
Yeah.
Right? Every year he says Tom Brady sucks. Hey, Skip, where'd
nice.
you play football? Huh?
Yeah.
How many times you get shoved in a fucking locker in high school, dude? I was the team manager. I hate these people. I hate them so much.
Yeah.
It's like when, and you can identify with this, it's like when at college, like the white kids from the wealthy towns, like suburban areas, would critique the rap music that was being played
Yes.
at the parties. That was my fucking favorite.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you know, like Drake, he's kind of like Drake and Lil Wayne were hot at the time when I was in college. big time. Okay, and they're like,
I
dude,
don't like this side of you.
it's kind of mainstream. It's because it's aggressive and aggro and alpha, and you're just a beta. Alpha, beta. That's from the Revenge of the Nerds. Alpha, beta. But I just hated that shit when they're like, dude, actually, you know what? Wu-Tang has like better lyrics. Like, yeah, man. Yeah. You want to hang out with girls?
Dude.
Put Drake on.
Here's the thing: you just don't understand lyricism the way
I knew you were
going
gonna
to
say that. It's kids too that were born like, yo, Wu-Tang. It's like you were 3 when their first album came out. Okay, you grew up in Fairfield.
Dope, dude.
I was the dopest 3-year-old.
I had a pretty sweet crib.
I had little Jordans, little baby Jordans on. I hated that shit. So just, critics are almost never creators. They're losers, and it drives me nuts.
Ooh.
Especially with the sports shit. It's like, again, you got towels for real athletes in high school, and now you're right. Fucking, I'm going to write on ESPN.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I understand that. I do.
I get mad.
I was like I used to write a sports blog when I was in college.
Yeah, but you actually played them.
Yeah, it's true.
You're not even... You played football, wrestled. You did it all your whole life. I'm talking about people that never did anything.
I like it when you remind them that I'm an athlete. That's always...
I will say, at BJ Ryan's, I was fucking around with Beau in the men's room, just us two. No,
It's
just
true.
kidding.
You do that all the time.
He was showing me his bend from wrestling. Dude, you get low for a big guy.
Yeah, I was
impressed.
wrestling guys today at the gym because they came over.
Hold on. Say that again.
I was wrestling guys today at the gym. No, trainer comes over.
You can
I'm like,
never make fun of me
hey, let's
ever
go.
again for gym stuff
low.
now.
I start taking them on the ground. Put it in them.
You
know
get
what I
low.
mean?
Put it in him. Wow. Okay. Speaking of putting it in him,
So all right. I'm gonna check in now. Is it my turn?
check. You could just send to my email.
I'm gonna send it to your email.
I don't want to hear.
So I feel like Lisa Lampanelli, our fearless leader,
Kiss ass.
because I'm just becoming kind of a local celebrity, and it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like I know this hasn't happened for you yet, and I hate to bring it up because it hasn't happened for you yet, but I go out places and people get excited, and I understand that. I get that, right? Like it is exciting to see me, but I have a schedule to keep, so it gets hard. Like I was going out to get sushi the other night, and all these people go, "Oh my god, right?" They go, "It's you," and I go, "I know, who I know, right? I know."
Was it because you had 6 Philadelphia rolls to yourself? Was that why they were yelling? Also, were these children, and you were wearing green, they were like, "Fuck, Shrek's here! He's at the Maritime Aquarium for Kids Day." Is that what they thought?
Yeah, they were like, "Where's Donkey?"
Yeah.
No.
And then I show up.
But anyway, you're making jokes, and I get that that's out of like lack. Like you don't have what I have.
Oh,
But
he just learned that phrase last night, and now he's using it. Stealing your shit again, Lisa.
I'm a
place
sponge, and I understand a lot of things, and I take them and I put them out there.
You're
So
definitely a sponge.
So the thing is,
you absorb mostly goldfish, not water.
and so I'm out, and this has been happening. Like it's just a consistent thing now that happens where I go out, people recognize me, they get excited, they want to talk about comedy, and like we saw you the other night, it was so good.
So our next segment is
I just thought I'd bring it up because it's exciting for me, you know, and I thought you as my friend, you would be excited for me too, but
I usually am, and then you start saying words, and then I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
I like you a lot, and then you start talking, and I go,
So anyway,
you're like the hot girl,
but
and
that's
then,
what's going on.
Talk, and there's nothing there, and you're like,
that's what's going on with
damn
me.
it.
And I'm excited about it. It's a good sign for you, right?
Would you say that people love you?
I would say they adore. Yeah.
Do you think it's
an
a
adoration
thing because of the way you look?
I think it's more like they just it's just so it's so exciting. You know what I mean? Like they can't. It's just.
It's all the cracks in the sidewalk. Like, my ankle.
Yeah. It's tough. It's you got to hold your breath.
Which we know you're good at.
So we're a couple of guys who.
What a transition.
Yeah, I'm like, we're gonna get out of the bit. We're a couple of guys
Pull that
who,
parachute, babe.
We fall in love. We wrestle guys in locker rooms.
I do not.
And
I just have sex with them like a real man.
yeah. And
I don't tease them.
well, you've been known to tease.
I am a little bit.
And we fall in love. We fall in love with things. We fall in love with things in our life. We fall in love with people. I lost it. No.
Yeah. You were looking up in the corner. I was like, where the fuck is he going?
And
Fame's really changed you.
And
I think.
Well, I'm always looking into the stars because I now am one. And I just want to know, who did you fall in love with this
stars
week?
are mostly made of gas.
Okay. Well, then I fit.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Go ahead.
Who did I fall in love with? This kind of goes to with my mental health check in a little bit. So again, the Olympics. If you guys saw Simone Biles, right? She's 24 years old, I believe. She's America's sweetheart as far as gymnastics is going, and she had to withdraw. They said it was like a medical issue. They didn't say an injury. She didn't get injured. Just her, and I think you and I and Lisa and all this could sip her anxiety and her pressure. I mean, this girl's literally been doing this sport, especially in gymnastics. You do it since like when you're 5, I think is when she started. And it's just
that's when I started.
Yeah, totally, dude. You did that fucking Lane Bryant or whatever you did. That's where you started. But no, I feel bad for her, man, because like she spent, let's say she's round up 20 years essentially, right? Doing this shit her entire life. And I'm sure, to go back to my first point, I'm sure there's people that are critiquing her that have never dedicated anything,
not a good spin kick
to any.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know what
that's
they do.
not good. You know what his problem is?
She's not balancing on the beam.
It's really like not that good. Again, when white kids talk about like, yeah, LeBron, like he's okay. It's like, stop.
You really hate white people, don't you?
They're just dumb. I'm talking about in sports. White kids are stupid. You guys are fucking dumb. Okay?
Some racism.
Yeah, whatever. It's all good, dude.
Finish your
it's Simone
Biles.
I just feel bad for her, and I fell in love with her, and I want to date her, and I just want to...
Yeah.
Not even date her. I literally just want to like sit down with her and be like...
What is she, like 13?
24, like I said earlier. 13.
This is the last episode of Losers with a Dream.
This is it, dude. I'm ready to kill somebody, dude. I'm deep into season 4 of Sopranos again.
God.
I'm ready to kill
I don't
somebody.
like season 4 you.
One grand finale. But I this poor girl is prepping her whole... She's still going to compete individually, but I believe she's done with the team stuff, and it's... got to sympathize with someone like that. It's just like, you don't want to give her a hug and be like, hey, it's all good.
It's
like,
tough.
I can't even fucking imagine.
Yeah.
To prep your entire life for something, and like she's America's sweetheart, and then you're 24 also.
Yeah. When you said America's sweetheart, I was like, that's a good name for me, I think, going forward. You know what I mean?
Sweet tart, I think, is better.
Pretty good.
That's a good one.
Pretty good there, Nick.
Because like at first, like, oh, this is kind of good. Then it's sour, and then it gains weight. Anyways, let's go. Who'd you fall in love with, bro?
So
is it Lisa Lampanelli again? You fucking kiss ass.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do the same thing twice.
You would.
I fell in love with garbage bags
because you look
because
like one.
I threw away a lot of my clothes this week.
We are very proud of you.
And I packed them up. I threw them in those bags, and they will never be seen again. It is a fantastic experience.
It's the best feeling. I do it once a month. It's the best thing ever. Now, can you tell a quick story of what your mother came over to help you? What did your mom find?
My mother found a pair of women's underwear. And, you know, when you're somebody like me that's in the spotlight, like... women come over and they like to leave. No. They like to leave a gift, right? Because that's a nice thing to do for a performer of my stature, right? So
do you think maybe the girl just had like diarrhea and just left him there? She's like, I can't.
Don't say that. But yes, my mother found them and she goes, "Oop, look at these." My mother did find a pair. I brought them home in my laundry bag when I was in college. I brought home my laundry, and in there was a pair of panties that I didn't know were there.
We're seeing a pattern
that I wasn't wearing.
Do you wear those on stage? Your secret good luck.
My mother finds them. She pulls them out, and it was a bigger lady, And she looks at me and she goes,
Like you.
"Oh, large Marge." And I go, "Mom." I go, "All right, Mom." She goes, "Yeah, well, it's not bad. You have a bigger lady, that's not And she was just like trying to play it cool. I'm like, all right. But very funny. So I got rid of the clothes, which was nice.
Right.
Yes.
But you did keep.
I held onto the thong.
Yeah, you held on to the thong. He's wearing it right now. He did keep his Grateful Dead belly shirt that's way too small. That Lisa pointed out.
I really like that shirt, and it brings me joy, and she can just stuff it. Okay?
It reminds me of when I was doing drugs and life was fun.
Yeah, I had hope.
Well, you're cute, and we're gonna move on to our topic of the day after this quick, cute little break. We'll be right back.
Dude, I don't know what to wear to the gym anymore.
Definitely not your Grateful Dead belly shirt.
I thought it was good.
You go to the gym?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh.
Listen, you two idiots, stop fighting. Best looking gym stuff I ever seen. FitnessSwank.com. I wear it, and I'm a fitness influencer in my own house.
That's true. She is.
She is.
Ballroom dancing bitch.
She's the talk of the treadmill.
FitnessSwank.com. Seriously, it's the only shit that hides your tits and highlights mine.
You said FitnessSwank.com?
That's the website. FitnessSwank.com. Hello, and welcome back to the Losers with a Dream podcast. We are losers, and we have big dreams, okay? And sometimes, we're these big, burly guys, but sometimes we get scared, and things are going a certain way, and we get nervous, and that's what today's topic is going to be, because I get scared.
Oh, hey, hon, why don't I just set up the topic
Yeah, okay,
today?
Please do. I'm very nervous.
You seem a little tense.
Can I ask you one question?
Why are my hands
before
so
we get
clammy?
started? No. Why do your knees sweat? Because they're touching under the table against my knees, and I'm like, how do you sweat from your knees? How does this happen? Anyway,
He's shaming
unrelated.
me again.
Unrelated.
This is shame.
It's not shame. I'm worried for you. I want to make sure you're okay. You have vertigo and now your knees are sweating.
I have a knee glandular problem.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just making sure you're okay.
Anyways, we'd like to introduce our topic for this week.
ahead,
we came to this topic because I showed up at Duchess of Monroe, Connecticut, very confident. I go to Lisa and go, I don't know what we're going to talk about, because we normally talk about our problems.
But a God.
And I just don't got any, right?
Beau walked in just fucking doing the dice move.
Yeah.
Just doing.
Oh,
Hey!
yeah, got no
He
problems.
started smoking a cig like this. Over his head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, hickory.
He just walked in, he yelled at my dad. He's like, 9 nuggets now. Thanks, Bob.
Put them on the fryer there, Bobby.
And my dad was in no mood, but
So I'm telling her, I'm like, everything is good. And she goes, isn't that the worst when you're waiting for the other shoe to drop? Which is, by the way, it's important to have a friend in your life that reminds you of constant death and fear. So we got to thinking,
constant death.
Wouldn't it be a great topic to talk about the fear of success? Because you know what? We're all a little afraid to even succeed. Everybody's afraid to fail, but we don't think about how much we're afraid to have things go well. Right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this. I mean, this applies to almost every aspect of my life. I do have a date tonight. I don't know why you had to tell everybody. I'm trying to keep it cool. I'm trying to stay cool.
Yeah, dude, we know. Your TMZ will be there taking fucking photos.
And I try to live, just a simple, under-the-radar life these days.
E! News Network. Beau McDowell has a date.
And, but I was thinking about this date, and I'm going like, oh, man, what if this is, perfect? Well, there's a whole lot of fear there, even though that would be an exciting thing if this date went really well and this person ends up being kind of the person that I end up dating for a period of time, hopefully a long period of time. But it also means there's a lot of fear, right? Because you're like, oh, well, if this works, then, oh man, there's a lot of Now we're in that room. Now it's like, oh, I have to be a good boyfriend. Am I going to do that? I have to, you know what I mean? I have to be attentive. I have to be loving. I have to, like, I
care about someone else besides myself.
Yeah, like all of a sudden there's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of, you know, there's success comes with more work and more understanding of yourself, and it's scary. You know what I mean? It's really easy to kind of, and not always, but sometimes it's just really easy to just stay where you are. And you know what I mean? And that leads us to sabotage a lot of things that come around that could be big, big moments that lead to successful careers or successful relationships or anything that could, drive success our way. We find a way to not do it. We find a way to not show up. We find a way, I was going to go to that gig, but you know what, man? I got nervous. I didn't think I was going to measure up. That guy was there. I didn't want to be judged. So you run, right? You run, and it's easier to hide and accept mediocrity or accept just a life without that level of success than it is to take that jump and then have to deal with the next thing, right?
Once you get there,
what do you do?
What's next?
Yeah.
Like you get there and then it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I got this. This is the thing I stressed about, I worried about for 2-3 months.
Yeah.
Whatever. Now I got it. Great. What's next?
Right.
Like that. I mean, for me, the residency at Broadway, like, all right, did it, got it. And you guys saw me when I thought I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was panicking about it.
Yeah.
Then I got it. And now it's like, I got to do that again, I guess. Like keep, you know what I mean? Like you got to keep,
right.
You got to go again and then keep going. You know what I mean? And it's tough to, I know for me, you and I have spoken about this so much, about fear of failure, and you've seen it in me.
Yeah.
Like scared to even, it's weird because I have a fear of success, right? Where I will just not try for things, but I also hate missed opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah,
it really depends on like, I just came from therapy today, and she was saying about how like people idle at certain things.
Yeah.
She's like, you idle real low. Like you're pretty, she goes, I would say it's like a low level depression in a way, but it's just like, you just idle real low and you're kind of scared to push it. Yeah. Because what if it does happen, or what if whatever? Like, I don't know why I'm like that. I have no fucking idea.
Well, I think you're scared to be happy.
Could be.
Because at the end of the day, a lot of this is choice, right? Like, we choose to be almost in the state that we're in most of the time.
Do you think that's to like reinforce familiar patterns?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm nervous about, anxious about money or my future or whatever. It's like, but I do things to reinforce that, or date women that reinforce that, or put these pressures on myself, whatever it may be.
Well, and that's just a form of sabotage, right? Like if you're going to date a woman who is going to naturally make you feel bad about yourself, or make you feel like you don't, level up to them, then you're just setting yourself up to fail because you don't want to succeed.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're dating a woman that you go, oh my God, like this person could really lift me up. This person, I could see a great life with them, or, we laugh together, all these things. Right. And then you go, oh, but you know what? I don't know. It's just not working. And then you walk away. Mm. It's usually out of some sort of like, oh, well, I was too afraid of what could have happened next. Right. And what could have happened next was you could have been happy. Right. But it is scary. And I have spent large periods of time in my life choosing to be unhappy, or choosing to be sick. Right. Choosing to be miserable. Like drinking is a choice. When you go out and you drink alcohol, especially as an addict or an alcoholic, you're deciding to be miserable. Right. And we don't always look at it that way, because obviously there's obsession, there's compulsion, there's tons of reasons why somebody would go back into a pattern of drinking or addiction. But for the most part, it's just safer than living life on life's terms. It's safer than dealing with your problems by going for things that are scary. You know what I mean? And one of the biggest, scariest things is to just be happy, to just be okay. And, a lot of that comes from this feeling of like, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve happiness.
Yeah.
Like, does that ever come up where you're like, oh man, I just feel like I don't deserve it?
Yeah. I mean, well, Lisa posed the question to us to kind of write down before this episode was, who am I to think I can have blank?
Right.
So I know you've written down I've written down some stuff, but like, who am I to think I could have wife and kids, stability, financial stability, money, comedy, career, all that stuff. Like, who am I to think that I can have all this?
Yeah.
Like, it's not for me. I used to say it to my buddies too that are married. It was kind of like, it's not for me. That's you. You're the provider. You're like I don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're like, no, man, you're just why are you putting yourself in this? But you don't even know yet. You don't know anything yet.
Well, it's because it's easier to live at the level that you're living at and stay there than it is to try.
Idling.
What's the scariest thing as a teenager? Trying. And someone catching you trying is terrifying.
Yeah, dude.
Right? You ever,
asking the girl out.
Oh, look at him. He's trying.
Yeah, or
Why
like for
is he
extra
trying?
credit, dude. That's like, that reminds me of like 21 Jump Street, the remake, when they're like, oh, look at him, dude. He's doing his homework.
Yeah,
like Channing Tatum. Like, look at this dude. What an idiot, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, you 2-strap in your backpack, you got a 1-strap. Like, so many little things.
And we take some of those things or those ideas of being cool, and a lot of them are just defense mechanisms to keep us from trying anything that scares us, right?
Yeah.
And we don't know why things scare us. We don't know, obviously it could be because your father had a volatile kind of financial situation. Yeah. It could be that, I had a volatile childhood and drinking career, but
Hall of Fame. This guy,
the bottom. Yeah, I mean,
we know.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
I'm joking.
Well, I'm just saying Hall of Fame, but
at Wilton High School, just picture you like
just 2 beers,
throwing up in a fucking garbage can.
But the reality is like, it doesn't matter what the cause is. It doesn't matter what the root is. You can get in there, you can dig it out, and be like, all right, man, it's this. This is why I am scared of this. This is why I'm scared to succeed in this area of my life, right? And I think a lot of those things. I think I know a lot of those things. I think we've all dug it up. But getting past the awareness stage and into the action of actually getting on that stage, of actually going on that date, of actually, you know what I mean? Like, that's where it's like the rubber meets the road. And all of a sudden, okay, are you afraid of this, or are you going to walk through the fear? And most of life is just walking through fear, right? Yeah. Like, it's scary right now to be sitting looking at a camera going like, wow, a lot of people are probably going to judge how funny this is, or how interesting this is, or, the things that I'm saying, right? Or how I look, right? But I've gotten used to showing up here doing these shows, right? I've gotten used to being on camera, and I've gotten used to understanding that, hey, that's just a part of my life, and that's what I want to do. But I had to take that first jump and go through all of that fear of like, how are people going to react?
Yeah.
It's
funny, man. I can't remember where I read this or heard this, but human beings are the only animals or mammals that like can recognize, like, be aware of their own anxieties and fears. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Animals react. Like, they're just like fight or flight, whatever, attack, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, we'll get nervous about something, or I'll get whatever, anxious about something, and I'll be like I'll have an idea, example, to post something on TikTok or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I think this would be funny.
Yeah.
And then I immediately talk myself out of it.
Right.
I'm like, well, yeah, I start, oh, well, I have to do this and then that, and maybe I shouldn't. Like, I should just do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there's also the same voice going, why are you?
Yeah.
Why don't you just do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's? I guess hopefully Lisa will give us the answers.
Well,
But what's the what the fuck is the answer for this? You know what I mean? That's why I always liked growing up. I was into like science and things like this equals that.
Some of it is imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Right. Some of it is feeling like, hey, this isn't me, or I'm trying to be something I'm not, or they're gonna see right through it. And then some of it is, if I succeed, then what? Right. And I think that there's a solid balance there, and both of those things are deadly. Both of those things can keep you doing the same job for 30 years. They can keep you in a relationship that sucks. You know what I mean? Because the things that you were saying, like, oh, you know, wife and kids, and you know, to be on my feet financially, to have a comedy career, right? Like, wife and kids, that can happen. You know what I mean? Like, you can meet someone that treats you like shit and marry them and then pump out a couple kids. You can do that in the next couple of years.
It's not hard.
No problem. Like, you can do it, right?
So leave it in.
But the point is that some of
said.
these goals are extremely attainable. They're just not. They have to be done the right way, and the scary part is doing it the right way. Yeah. Right. The scary part is like, oh, I actually love this person, and I want her to be a mother. I want her to be the mother of my kids, right? And then I want kids. I want to raise them. I want to be there for them, right? It's hard to do that. It's easy to be like, yeah, you know, she's on my block. She wants me to pump a couple kids into her. I'm getting old, whatever.
She loves me, and these are her childbearing years.
Yeah. You know, I'm a mechanic. She's a school teacher. What are you gonna do? We gotta make kids once in a while, you know?
Just leave it in. Sorry.
You know, but yeah, like doing it the right way is hard. You know what I mean? Like, and the right way is not being afraid of success, not being afraid of what will happen if you fail.
Yeah. I think we should kiss. Can we just get this over with?
I don't
10,
wanna...
9. Hey, Happy New Year! See, I was nervous about that, but I wanted to go for it.
Yeah. I think we're talking about, like, you know, more important things. But
oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry.
We'll be right back.
Yes.
With fitness influencer
ballroom
extraordinaire,
dancing bitch, comedy legend,
Lisa.
St. Joe's graduate.
Lisa.
She went to
Lampanelli.
Yale.
Okay.
No, has good grammar. What else? The list continues. We'll take a quick break.
Let's see.
You know what, Beau? I freaking hate most fitness brands, and I'll tell you why. They make you look like a sausage roll, even if you're skinny and beautiful like me. So you know where I buy all my fitness shit?
Where?
FitnessSwank.com. It's a company that makes you look good and that undercarriage can breathe. Get FitnessSwank.com.
You don't want to look like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
Listen, that's unnecessary.
FitnessSwank.com.
Seriously.
Hello and welcome back to the Losers with a Dream podcast. It's me again.
Hello
From And if you haven't figured it out, Lisa's here. If you haven't figured it out already. And the other superstar to my left, Beau McDowell, is here.
I would say, you know, it's the right time to roll to me. That's what I'm thinking. Why is that song in my head? I don't listen to yacht rock because I don't even respect yachts.
Okay.
I do not respect any vessel upon the water. So I can't even know why that song is in my head, and I'm mad.
Yeah.
It's sorry.
It's just a chemical reaction.
It is. I was like, oh my God. Okay, great topic.
Yes.
That I thought of. I'm
course.
patting myself on that. No, I think it's a really good topic. I really do.
Yeah.
But first, I want to address a couple things. I don't know what you're talking about. You were talking about a lacrosse. I don't know what this lacrosse is right at the beginning. You said a spoon and a lettuce. And I'm thinking everything this guy has to do with it has a food metaphor. Is there anything you think of besides eating and thongs? You disgust me!
Yeah.
I don't like it.
It's never eaten lettuce.
But I was cracking up because he's like, well, I'm an athlete. I'm like, no, you were an athlete. That's like saying Nick is...
a hair icon.
There you go. He's not just a member, he's the owner. So, like, this was I was very flattered that you felt like me, Beau, but stop shooting high because there's no way you could feel like me, and I'll tell you why. Nick, do you agree with this? I don't remember the last time I played, I don't know, for 5 people above a very mediocre bar and grill. Or was in a comedy contest. What's that going on? No, I'm flattered yet disgusted at the same time.
Get it. I get it.
I know.
I'm with you.
Don't think you're me, Beau. Don't think you're me.
We're
It
like-
ain't me, babe.
We're like the same person.
I know.
You are a
totally.
woman, so you guys have that in common.
He has tits that hang.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I'm body shaming. Is that bad, America? Cancel me. Oh my God. Okay, so, and I actually did say to Nick on and off the air and in and out of your presence that I was very proud of you for taking my advice on decluttering. I thought that was a
Yes.
really great
Yeah.
move. When you texted me, I got rid of 5 bags and gave them to Goodwill. I was so proud of you. But I have to say, not to beat you up, but I don't get why you kept the things you kept. Because I told you to buy things that fit and were flattering, and he steps out of the car, and I'm not kidding, in shorts that were fine. Okay, the shorts I can let go.
Shorts are fine.
But the shirt, no shirt should be in danger on a man of being a belly shirt when they lift their arms. Because at some point you're going to have to lift your arms, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not completely
mind-
paralyzed.
He doesn't
I don't
move.
mind. I don't mind having a shirt that's a little.
Why?
I don't know.
It's just too short.
I don't need it to be so long. you
Well,
know?
no, but there's an in between, and it was like I couldn't believe. I figured he's going to get out of the car. Oh, he's going to have his top shelf stuff on, and it's that awful Grateful Dead shirt. That's a
Flip-flops.
belly shirt. No. And he goes, I go, you kept those freaking white flip-flops? What are you, freaking, an Italian down in freaking Puerto Vallarta? He has a
True.
freaking white flip-flops. And he goes, no, I just bought those. I go, no, you
I
did
did.
not. And the
I
white
did.
sunglasses to match.
That's true.
No one has liked those sunglasses.
Pretty cool.
I love you.
I love them.
I feel
And
we're
they make me
really,
happy.
truly friends. Okay, I want to know what makes you happy about those
They're
glasses.
just ridiculous, and I can see how ridiculous they
Is
are.
it? Because it's like when in high school you would wear. Is
My
it,
short shorts?
Yes. So
Yes.
is this kind of your short shorts?
This is my
in a more-
short shorts for my face.
You just get a kick out of them.
I get a kick out of it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah,
All right.
I
If you get a kick out of them, that's great. If they spark joy, like Marie Kondo says,
Yeah.
I am absolutely all for that.
Yeah.
But boy, did you look like a dope. And I was so happy
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it was Duchess and not a classy place
Yeah.
like the Southport Diner.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
we would have been ashamed.
Uppity over there.
I know, they definitely are.
Good last night.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, now let's go to fear of success. I am very impressed by this. I am impressed because you guys seem to understand what a difficult concept this is.
Yeah.
Because every dummy out there is probably going, "Oh, I'm afraid of success."
Yeah.
Yeah, well, first of all, you are if you're listening to this podcast instead of working on your shit, dummy. You basically you understand that this is a very
Right.
it's a contraindicated fear. It's something we shouldn't be scared of, but we are. So we get that there's fear of bears eating us. We're scared of commitment, Nick. I wonder why he doesn't have a wife and kids. Oh, my mom died when I was 6. Get over it! We get it. It's horrible to lose somebody. The right time to road me. No, but it's like
I just need God, Lisa.
you do. You need Jesus in your life. No, but I really feel you hit the nail on the head when you said it is just easier to stay where you are.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was starting comedy, I did comedy in Connecticut and like little road gigs for 5 years. I said, I'm not going to go into New York City as a comic till I'm good enough to be like, wow, where'd she come from?
Yeah.
So the idea was definitely to go into New York, which I did right on time. I like gave myself a deadline, and I soon learned the comics of New York and LA are very brave because no matter what, they want to succeed. Like if you're in the game, you're in the game.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's always jokes back then about the Boston comics and the Long Island comics who wouldn't move into the city because you'd rather be a big shot in Boston and complain about
Right.
New York and your lack of TV credits
Right.
instead of be like a guy like Tom Cotter who actually left Boston, came to the city, got on America's Got Talent, got into the finals, was number 2, and then started making money.
Right.
The fact is you have to get in the game if you truly want that thing. If you don't, that's okay.
Yeah.
If you're in it for a hobby, great.
Yeah.
Like, Nick, if you were really in your heart going, I'm just going to serial date for the rest of my life. Like, I don't want a wife. I don't want kids. That's fine. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
That's not a problem. But the fact is, if you truly want something, the reason you're holding back is you just are afraid what's going to happen when you get it.
Right.
And what's the worst thing that can happen if you get what you want? Guess what? You don't know because it's an unknown. Your life's going to change. So a lot of people played it safe, like those Boston comics, those Long Island comics.
Yeah.
And all they did was shit on the guys who were in the game because, well, I'm better than that guy. Yeah, well, get in the ring and prove it.
Yeah.
It's like get punched in the face. Jonah Hill got punched in the face in Wolf of Wall Street. A real fucking punch to the face because it was a Scorsese movie. Like, if you're going to be in a Scorsese movie, you're going to take a shot to the face and not the kind Nick always talks about. So the fact is, we're comfortable as Wilson Phillips, one of my most treasured groups of the 90s. They said, oh, you can sustain, or are you comfortable with the pain?
Yeah.
You've got no one to blame for your unhappiness. You got yourself into your own mess. So if you, Nick, at 70 are complaining about no wife, no kids, it's nobody's fault but yours. But the fact that you recognize it, how old are you?
Every week.
You guys are 48.
Are you 30?
33.
Are you 30 yet?
33.
28.
Are you 20?
28.
No, and you're 21.
Yeah.
Yes, you're 21, Beau,
Yeah.
and Nick is 43.
That's right.
If you at this young age are already figuring out, oh, I'm just afraid of this, you go to the shrink and you work on it.
Yeah.
You know, and a huge part of it is the imposter syndrome. You hit on that. And what basically that is, people out there, that is people, I still have imposter syndrome. I still have imposter syndrome, like, who the fuck am I to think I was a success?
Yeah.
Am I really worthy of this? Who am I to think I could be a good friend or a good family member? We are afraid we'll be exposed as a fraud.
Yeah.
So we live in this constant fear that, oh my God, I just sold out such and such Radio City. I just sold out Carnegie Hall. But I'm not a real comic. But they're going to know. They're going to see through it.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. And guess what? Here's the bad news and the good news. It only goes away if you work on yourself. It doesn't go away with more accomplishments.
Yeah.
Just because your resume grows, you don't look at it and go, no, here's proof I'm not a fraud. You could have 12 bestsellers, still feel you're a fraud.
I feel like it probably almost gets worse.
It
'Cause it's
does,
just like, yeah.
because you're just adding to the, you're adding another, like a brick, a glass brick in a wall that's going to break.
Yeah.
You know, you have no foundation. So, I mean,
All those glass bricks you see.
yeah, it's another brick in the wall. This whole episode is my audition for American Idol. I hope you're all enjoying that. And also, I think the feeling of not deserving success. Why should I be happy? My parents were miserable. Why do I deserve to be happy?
Yeah.
My family's not rich. Why do I deserve to be rich? I remember the first time I stayed at Foxwoods in a really nice suite when they put me up there when I was playing there. I got so depressed, and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, my parents would never treat themselves this good. So it's like, oh, just because they didn't, I had felt like I should play low,
Yeah.
play small. But obviously, ambition and achievement trumped that, and I moved forward. But it still took working on the internal stuff.
Yeah.
So, Beau, when you're doing comedy, are you ever feeling like, oh my God, me just putting myself out there, they're going to see who I really am and know I'm not that great as a human or as a comic? I mean, I constantly watch you and I go, wow, he's not that great as a comic. But as a human, he's
no,
fine.
I feel like my heart is really on my sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like especially when I'm on stage, they're seeing pretty much everything that I want them to see.
Right.
And by the way, I don't think there's anything that I'm holding back either. You know what I mean? If there was, then I'd be like, oh, I shouldn't do this.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like for the most part, and there was a comic that mentioned it last week. He was like, Beau, you're so quick to be sincere because your heart is so out in the open.
So do you think comedy on stage part, not the off stage part, the on stage part is one of the only places where just you're fully you and not afraid of the consequences?
Yeah, 100%.
That's how I felt too. I was like, well, it's all out there.
Yeah.
But then in real life, you're afraid to post something on TikTok. You're afraid to, go, oh, here's, let's be super worried about if people are going to listen to the podcast because it's really sincere issues, and let's add a news segment because everyone else is doing that.
Coming from a place of lack.
I think it's more like I just really, really want to succeed. And I see other people succeeding other ways, and I think, well, I just need to try everything. I need to continue, like, I just have to do more. There needs to be this, there needs to be that. And
I know,
so
but you
I
have to
feel
have, that's a whole different episode of throwing the kitchen sink at your career instead of just being the best at what you do.
Right.
So, I mean, I remember Steve Byrne, who's just one of the best physical comics. He's like up there with Sebastian for sure. And I remember they would make fun of him at the Cellar because he was doing so much physical stuff. And those guys think they're comedy purists. Someone would be like, oh, that's cheap laughs and stuff. And for like a couple
they're
years...
not leaning against the wall telling you how it is.
Well, no, they're sitting at that upstairs table surrounded by other, people who aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, like, dude, that's cheap laughs. Like, what are you doing?
No.
And he stopped doing it for a couple of years. I'm like, why? Like, it's really good.
Yeah.
And I think eventually he realized, oh, I just got to listen to myself.
Yeah.
So it's not kitchen sinking it and throwing in everything they think they should do. It's just going, okay, if I want to be successful and I really want it, I have to take action to run my own race.
Yeah.
So, like, Nick, how do you feel you playing small has kept you safe?
I would just say it just keeps my anxiety down about certain things. I would say I don't know. How does it keep me safe?
Because the whole thing is we don't try things because we want to keep feeling safe about it. So, for instance, if I just turned 60. If I never for the rest of my life went on a date, I'd be that safe.
Yeah.
Because I have no desire to.
Right.
But the fact is, am I as part of that fear of my life changing? Because it's super comfortable now.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy. Life is really easy.
Right.
I freaking go out when I want. I do what I want. I watch what I want. I don't have to worry if I cry if I cry at a TV show in front of my dogs, they don't make fun of me. Like, I am really fucking comfortable. But then you go, ooh, am I missing something because I'm comfortable?
Right.
For sure.
So I started
1000%.
working with a trauma therapist today, and I've never had any traumas with a capital T.
Right.
But, I grew up in a kind of a rageful house, blah, blah, blah. So the fact is, you go, well, maybe healing some of that will let me take risks and risk succeeding. Failing's fucking easy, man. I've failed like 5 things in the last 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it hurts a little, and then you fucking cry and you grieve and you move on.
Yeah.
You go, oh, wah. Like, after a while, it's just like you could list your failures and it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But, oh my God, suppose I met a fucking great guy. Or suppose I made a bunch of good friends and they die. Like, you just don't fucking know. The right people never die, by the way. Like, I remember when September
that's such
11th,
a good point.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You're
When September 11th happened, I go, why couldn't those towers, they were filled with such good people, and you read all the beautiful stories. I go, why couldn't that have been stand-up comics in the whole thing? Like, why couldn't it be
Why
your
couldn't the
stand-up to
plane
work
just
day?
fly into the Comedy Store and the Comedy
Oh my
Cellar?
God, that would have been the best.
Just take 'em all
like
out.
useless pieces of skin.
Yeah.
But really, it's scary to think about losing anything.
Yeah.
So I think, like, when we think about fear of success, it's like, it's just fear of loss.
Yeah.
I think everything is fear of loss.
Right.
Like, Nick, you fall in love, you push through in therapy, you push through to date the girl who maybe doesn't look like the Instagram model. You go, wow, I love somebody for their insides, somebody who would be in the foxhole with me, which I thought was the greatest
foxhole.
fucking term that was used in this movie Dennis Quaid did about, like, you want to pick a woman you could be in the foxhole with.
Yeah.
Who you could take the cat to the vet with, and put the cat down, even if it doesn't have to be.
Right.
So, Beau's like, right.
Put your cats down. That's the moral
all
of
that
the
gets
story.
spay and neuter
Get rid
and
of 'em.
kill all
Get
of
rid of
them,
'em.
but not the dogs.
Foxhole, when you're killing your cats.
Yeah. Well, you feed the cats to the fox. That's what I'm thinking.
Just dig a foxhole and you throw the cat in the
Right.
foxhole.
So if you really, what's the worst that could happen? You finally, would be Nick. He'd finally get his head after 3 years more of therapy, get his head around, he'd date a girl who he thinks is beautiful inside and out, and who, by the way, everybody else does too, but he was too critical and hung up on before to not date her. He has the 2 kids, and he'd come in. We'd be on the 800th episode. He'd come in, oh, God damn it. Life got me again. I had a fucking great wife. She has tit cancer. Like, there's going to be something. It's all fear of loss, right?
That's so funny you said that. I was just going to mention it. A few days ago, it was a little dark, but like I remember thinking about like, yeah, having a wife and kids. And I'm like, what if my wife gets cancer
100%
and dies?
100%.
And then I remember really thinking like, maybe I just shouldn't get married.
No,
I remember having such
true.
a weird, like,
I get it though. It makes
thought.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thought.
It's not a crazy thought because we all think it.
Yes.
What if I had never adopted those dogs? Who, by the way, I hoodwinked, I Sherm-broked. What's his name? Beau, the 85-year-old, into babysitting my dogs in a couple weeks. But what if you don't say yes to the invitation? It's easier than saying no. It's saying no to the invitation to life, or to even the invitations to go to things is a lot easier than fucking doing them. Yeah. Like on the way here, we were in such traffic. I got a text, and this sounds sexual, but it's not. Okay. It was like a group text. No, and a friend was mine like, hey, Norwalk's having a taco festival. Which, by the way, there were 2 lesbians and a bunch of gay guys on the thing, so I think I'm the only one who got it and started laughing. So Taco Fest is this week. Here's where I go. Oh, it's gonna be hot. I'm gonna sweat. I can't eat a lot anyway. When I it's just fear of opening up and letting people see who you are. Yeah. So that's all fear of success. So I'm going to say yes to Taco Fest.
Say yes to Taco Fest.
And just see what happens. Because we want good friendships. We want good family relationships. We want good careers, whatever that looks like.
Right.
It doesn't have to look like, Nick, to you, success might mean, just doing 3 shows a week in Connecticut the rest of your life. It doesn't have to look like it does to needy McFucking fuckface over here. It can look however we want. So it's not success by the world standards. It's a success for what we find joy in.
Right.
But that little bit of fear, until we conquer that, it's not going to be. We're never going to cross it off the list as something we actually tried. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Absolutely. I mean. And a lot of that also comes from just the social anxiety. That's what I have to a T. Is just like, oh, you know what? I just don't want to. I don't want to be there because it's just too much. I'm gonna get anxious, and then I'm gonna so many things I've avoided because I just go, I don't want to sit and have dinner with that person, and then and all of a sudden we have to talk, and now we have to, you know what I mean, like. And
disgusting.
Maybe that's not fear of success, but it's just like sometimes
it's fear of
doing
opening
anything,
up, which opening up does lead to success with the right people.
Yep.
So, for instance, suppose this girl, you're going to go out with her tonight, and I don't hold out much hope. She seems way too good for you.
Yeah.
I feel as if you saying yes shows a not fear of success. I think that shows this is actually an appropriate person, not some whore. I mean, I don't know her. She probably is. But I mean, I think this is a step. Anytime we say yes to something that feels right in our heart. So, no, you don't have to say yes to every dinner with every freaking Sherm on the planet.
No.
But, you go, they asked, that kind of could be cute.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen?
It's also good to know.
For an hour and a half.
It's good to know the things to say no to, too, right? Like, it's good to have.
By the way, I read a lot about fear of success over the week. A big thing is saying no to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Adding more isn't really what it's about. It's about subtracting the wrong things, the wrong people, not being surrounded by the negative Nellies. Because, really, if one Boston comic said to that Boston comic, and this is, by the way, not shitting all over every Boston comic, but the ones who really have fear of success.
Yeah.
If one said, hey, man, I don't know, let's try to go to New York one day.
Yeah.
Or let's move to L.A. just for a month.
Right.
Then you removed yourself from the pack of negativity and you move forward. That's why secret meetings with over 10 steps work, because they make people try things that will lead to actual success, correct?
Yeah, and the big thing that happens that I hear in those types of meetings is
gatherings, if you will.
Gatherings is to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Dude.
Which is one of the
100%.
biggest life lessons I ever found, which was just like, because I'm always uncomfortable, or there's always, especially anything is uncomfortable. But if you just get used to just, I'm uncomfortable and that's okay because this is something I've never done before, or this is an experience that I'm having that has fear attached to it. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to walk through it. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
If all you guys did,
Genius.
well, yes, but you didn't think of it, so it's okay. If all you guys did was for the next year say yes to things that you think sound right but are scary, and acknowledge that it's okay to be uncomfortable and get comfortable with discomfort, that's fucking successful.
Huge.
Because think about it, okay? It might be uncomfortable to, like, it's the stupidest shit. Like, I volunteered last week for the first time in maybe, 15 years. And when I was doing it back when I was well known, I was just like doing it. I wasn't doing it for optics, but I was never fully in it because I was like, I have to be on the road and stuff.
Yeah.
So I never fully embraced it. I was like, I'm really committing. I'm going to go to this Bridgeport rescue mission. I'm going to just serve food.
Yeah.
Great. Nothing famous, just serve food. And I'm driving there. I'm like, I am so fucking scared.
Yeah.
Suppose they're mean to me. Suppose they recognize me and are like, you said these awful words and jokes years ago. Suppose I can't find a parking space. Like literally.
Yeah.
Suppose I can't. Suppose I can't find it. I show up a half hour early. So I'm like, well, okay, so I know where it is. I can go to McDonald's. I can go for a drive. So I would have in the past let that fear hold me back. It ended up, it was so much fun. The people were so nice. I'm like signed up for every week. And it's like, wow. Brene Brown calls it FFTs, fucking first times.
Yeah.
FFTs are hard. She was scared to death the day she did her first podcast. She talked about it. The whole subject was FFTs.
Yeah.
Anytime we have to do something for the first time, it's horrible. And the second time is a cunt hair easier.
Right.
But it's not like it's, now it's easy. I'll probably still, when I drive up there Friday, go, are the same people going to be there? Are they going to be nice again? Will I bag the fruit correctly? It's just silly stuff that you go, I just got to push through it.
Yes, you do.
Now you, Beau, to close this out, I did, when you said a lot of the key to this is action, it reminded me of the Japanese concept of Kaizen. Now you're smiling as if, she doesn't know anything. She knows it all.
It was like sushi? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. He's so ignorant. Kaizen is this concept where you make continuous improvement. You don't go from trying to look like Beau to Lenny Kravitz. First of all, you can't turn black no matter how much you try with your rap aficionado ship.
Thank you.
So the reason I thought of Lenny Kravitz because I was walking in from the can after shaking the dew off the lily, and there was a picture of Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn!
Yeah.
Like he had a freaking,
He's a good-looking
he had no
dude.
shirt on. What's going on? What's happening in this studio?
Kravitz.
So he's so hot.
When
So
you're
you
good.
don't look at him and go, that's what I'm going to, maybe someday that'd be great. But the reason Kaizen works is because you notice small improvements over time.
Yeah.
So what you do is you pick a goal or something you want to be a success in, and you do this method called SMART, which is you make sure the small step is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So give me one thing, Beau, if that is your real name, something you want to be a success in, and let's break it into a small step, your first step only, but it has to be all these 5 things, because if not, you're going to give up, you're going to go too fast, get overwhelmed, and quit.
Yep.
Name something, and we'll help you through.
Okay. I want to be open-minded and present at my date tonight.
Okay. That's hard to measure.
Okay.
But let us try. So how about this? Let's put it into something you can actually measure.
Okay.
Your dick. 3 inches. No, I know. Me and Nick think way too much alike. No, if you measure, I want to actively listen.
Okay, yes, great.
Because active listening, chicks dig that shit and you get a fucking Hummer. No. If a skirt thinks you're listening to her,
A clam listen.
and you're not looking at her pins all night. I love those old phrases.
Like a 1940s
You're pretty
criminal.
much gonna get a ooh ah. Okay, which by the way is not our goal for tonight. Our goal is to not have sex. I want you to get a kiss goodnight as if this is Hitch and you are an even more disgusting Kevin James. So, to be an active listener, that's very specific goal. So good, we have the one thing. Is that measurable? Yes. How? You are able to go, oh my God, I'm slipping. I'm going to bounce back. I can measure. And you could literally, it's almost like when I got that mirror for the house, that exercise mirror, it literally says, because my heart rate doesn't go up. It literally goes, I do 45 minutes. It's like, you are 3 minutes in the zone. It's like, oh my God, I'm dead. I'm legally dead. But you can measure to yourself and go, oh wow. In the last 10 minutes, I was pretty present for 8 of them, but now I got to step it up. So you can measure that. So maybe not specifically, and don't write it down to be a total douche, but really hold you. That's where holding yourself accountable comes in. Is it achievable? Can you, Beau, actively listen? I do not see evidence of this. I saw you zone out. We had a very special guest that we're not going to mention, who we're going to put on our upcoming Patreon. And we're all interviewing this very special famous guest. I mean, famous by like standards that even I was like, wow. Beau literally, Nick, this was him. Be like engaging and talk like you're a celebrity. I literally at one point almost punched him in the clit because he was like this. Not looking even at the celebrity or me. So he's got 2 celebrities and a bald ass gay friend, and he is not even paying attention. So it is achievable for you, but you have to police this.
Yes, it's one of my main problems.
What is that? Tell me what that is.
I don't know.
He doesn't care about other people.
I don't think it's that. I think that I just, once I lose it, it's really hard for me to get it back. Like the second I just start to drift, then
what
all
are you
of a sudden
thinking
I
of
go.
when you're drifting?
It's
Alcohol, pussy,
goldfish.
Yeah, I think goldfish be a goldfish, like they say in Ted Lasso.
It's nothing specific. It's just my brain starts going, and you go, oh, and then you just start to like. I just
well,
need
have
to
you taken your meds that keep you on track?
I don't have meds.
Yeah, I think that might be a nice achievable goal for you, is to get on some fucking meds that make you pay attention.
He's gonna buy Flintstone gummy vitamins.
That's it. No, but just try to notice it. Notice your own life to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Notice what's going on.
Yeah.
And really, if you're listening, I mean, you might learn something. You might like go, oh, wow, that's kind of an interesting thing she's bringing up, Because I don't think you're on the date with this girl just because she's hot, which she is.
Right.
I think you actually like her and she seems very cool.
She's cool, yeah.
So don't fuck it up. Okay, so is this relevant? Yes. You do. In order for you to ever achieve a happy relationship, you've got to do active listening.
Yeah.
There's and active listening also implies that you, which might be a tool to help you tonight, you don't repeat it like super word for word. But okay, suppose I know it's terrible. So let's do it. I'm gonna be Beau. You be the girl, and I'll actively listen. Okay, so ask me a question, Beau, that you would ask me on the date.
Yeah. So
Nick, you be the waiter.
What's it like being like?
Want more coffee? Anybody?
Sir, please.
Okay, are you the
Sorry.
girl?
Yeah, I'm the girl. I'm the girl.
Okay.
So Beau.
Are you Beau McDowell, the comedian? Oh my goodness, I know you.
Oh my goodness.
That's actually Lisa Lampanelli.
Oh,
yes.
So, Beau, what are you into? Like,
No. You're telling me a story. So I'm Beau.
Oh, I'm telling you a story. Okay.
So like, it was great seeing at the top secret gathering the other day. So how's the last year been for you?
Oh my God, it's been crazy, like with everything going on, it's been wild. Like I actually moved back into my parents' house and, like things.
Wait a minute, you're telling me you moved back? No, that's not active listening. Repeating in a screaming voice is not.
Are you guys ready for dessert?
Okay, go ahead.
Keep
Keep
going.
going.
I moved back into my parents' house, and like that has its challenges. Like my dad he's just getting older, and I have to help him with a lot of different things. And my mother is very overbearing. She's like wondering like what I'm doing every day, and it's like, Mom, I'm 28. Like I don't really need this much supervision.
I don't mean to interrupt, but what you're saying is really interesting because being 28, I totally understand that. Moving back in with the parents, hey, my mother came to help me clean out my closet, and wow, that was hard. So I can imagine it's very difficult. So it sounds like that's what you're saying, right?
No, it is, and honestly, the way you said that just made me really realize like you're listening.
And I am listening. Now gobble my knob. So, see, it's kind of repeating it, but almost tricking a bitch into thinking. I'm sure there's more to active listening that somebody's going to be like, no, it also involves this and this and this. Yeah. Like you're saying, am I right?
Yeah.
You don't have to parrot somebody to do it. Like, don't be an idiot. Yeah. So, and also,
I want to keep being the waiter.
Time bound. The T in the smart is time bound, which means let's have your goal be tonight.
Yep.
But how about we say for the next month, whatever time I spend with people, I'm going to get in that. I'm going to remember that active listening is my big thing that I have to do now. And I am going to, for the next month, really work on that. So the only way to make these changes is small, man. You know what I mean? You cannot change Rome in a day. Nah. You can't change it all. You can't turn Nick into a soprano lover to watching something that doesn't involve a mob hitting a slap in the puss. Yeah. Okay? And by puss, I mean pussy! Yeah. Which I hope you'll be getting at some point. But not you, Nick. You need to live without it.
Yeah. Let's have a few.
I already shaved my head like a monk. I'm just going to live that lifestyle.
You might as well. I think you have fear of success. And it's going to stay in there for a while, but that's okay. You got to shrink. You're not beyond help. Beau, you're not beyond help except for tonight because that can't go on. No, I think you're going to do good. I feel confident.
Lisa really believes in this state, and I love that.
I kind of do.
I want to.
Yeah.
I don't know why, though. It's weird because I'm
going to pretend to be the waiter and be like, sir, are you sure you want 2 entrees?
Yeah. Do you want a side salad to take
home?
Are
you sure? I heard you had the spinnies on your podcast.
I think we've learned a lot.
Yeah.
I think we've learned small changes are what works. If you ever think, who do I think I am to want such and such a thing? Who do I think I am? Guess who you are. Who do you think you are? Has to be converted to why not me? Instead of why me? Why not me?
Why not?
But not in a snotty way you just said it.
Why not?
Nick,
I'm
instead
number
of you saying,
one.
I'm making a point.
You're right, Lisa.
If Nick's saying, why should I have a successful relationship? Who am I to have that? Who aren't you? I will slap your face.
Yeah.
Like Jonah Hill took it to the face.
Foreplay.
In Wolf of Wall Street.
He did.
By the guy from The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Who is that guy to say he could be a success? He's an ugly mug with long earlobes.
True.
Yet he succeeded. So who are we to say we're not good enough? Well, I say, you guys, I'm the only one to tell you you're not good enough. And we'll talk more about that on next week's Loser with a Dream.
And every week.
To review, rate, and do other things that will make us get listeners and sponsors. Because we're not doing this for fucking free.
But we are currently. We'd like to change that.
Hey, thanks for listening to Losers with a Dream. We'll see you next week when you got more time to kill. Fucking hate these guys.